If you get a major decision, that's 1 point, then you end up winning by one. That's just, I'm going to mention it, but we don't need to comment on it.
Oh, it's the truth, you know. I mean, obviously Keelan's more than capable of beating that kid by a lot more, but it's the baby steps for the big process. If it was tied, I don't know who would have won.
I don't know. What is the first criteria?
It would have went down to about 5 criteria, and
Because it goes.
Looking at it, it looks like we probably would have. It would have been points, I believe.
Is it head-to-head, first of all, 5 and 5 maybe, or not?
I'm not sure.
And then total points?
Yeah, first is head-to-head, like number of matches won. I think second is maybe points scored total between the two, and then I think third is first takedown. And they got first takedown, but
Yeah, they did.
I don't know about
Wow.
I don't know about point totals.
Well, it's irrelevant at this point.
Right.
Let's talk about both those guys. Jesse Reed's a guy that comes in with big numbers, and whether he wrestled for a little school or a big school in high school, the expectations are still the same.
Sure.
Have you seen him adjust and make some real progress in his quest to, not to prove to himself, but to kind of sink into everybody's good at this level, and they don't give a damn that he won 1, 2, 10, 5 high school state championships. Have you seen him make that adjustment?
Absolutely. Jesse's made a ton of improvement. A perfect example is he wrestled that kid at the Cowboy Open.
Did he?
He beat him 3-1. He beat him 7-2 tonight. He's getting better, and the best part about Jesse is, he's put in a tough situation this year, but he makes the best of it. He's got a great positive attitude, and he knows that although it's been a rocky start for him, and he's wrestled a lot of good kids, he knows he's getting better, and he knows it's a process. So, that's really all we can ask for out of these guys.
And he had a great third period, Troy. He gets the escape and then stays on the offense and gets takedown. And obviously rode well, he got riding time. So for a kid, that's still kind of pacing his way through the ropes, to have that much in the third period, to say that he's obviously building some confidence.
Right. Well, he's just doing all the right things too. He's totally locked in. He's constantly asking for more. What can I do to get better? What can I do? He's constantly trying to improve. And that's what we want all 30 of my guys doing. But it shows in his body of work, and he continues to improve. And
then he can take an example for a guy who's, in a situation of a must-win, who went out there, and I don't know if you change you go into a match the same way, but maybe knowing that, you might have thought, I'm going to get aggressive right off the bat instead of feeling him out a little bit. And, he sent a message in the first 10 seconds of that match, taking him down right to his back in that double leg.
Right.
Probably the top guy in your team you want on the mat with that on the line.
Yeah, Trent is that guy, when in a pressure situation, we want him out there every time. Luckily tonight, just luck of the draw, it happened that way. But that's what I expect Trent to wrestle like every time, and we will go back and we'll watch the film and we'll show him that.
Yeah.
If he does that, he can win a national title. But it's believing that he can do that every time, and he did exactly what he should have done. I expected him to pin that kid. I didn't expect it that fast, but that's what champions do. They get out, they get the job done, they walk off, they go home, they get better.
Getting back to your 25-pounder, does he spend much time in the weight room? He doesn't look like he's carrying much bulk.
We're working on it.
Does he need to get in the weight room a little more?
We're
trying to be
on
nice.
it. He's an 18-year-old freshman, true freshman. That's why typically in this sport, in a weight carrying sport, you see a lot of true freshmen redshirt. It's that maturity factor, and Jesse is undersized, understrained, but he makes up for it in his aggression, wrestling hard, and his technical skill. And we're constantly working on these guys getting bigger, better, stronger, but it's a process.
Where else do you feel like you wrestled really well? Tori's wrestled well. I thought Davis too, because Davis and Noon both I mean, Davis went up a weight, right?
Yeah, so, I mean, you know, it was, we expected to win 41-49. We really did, both those weights.
Really?
We did not look good at either of those weights, and that was a huge disappointment. Going into halftime, I mean, we were pretty nervous. Obviously, Ellie and Keelan got the job done, which put us in a situation to get back in the match, and we felt that it was in our best interest to give ourselves a win, to put Tyler Kinn and Tanner Davis in there, you know, bumping them both up a weight class. I think Tyler wrestled really well. He went out, wrestled hard. You know, kid kind of muscled him over and pinned him. That kind of stuff happens. You know, Tanner Davis wrestling a kid that may be better than him, but broke him.
Where's that kid from, Will Sumner? That name sounds familiar. Do you know?
No idea. I mean, you know, Tanner just went out there and broke him. You know, he wrestled well. He got the job done. And again, you know, we talked about it early in the year. You know, we've seen Tanner improve so much over the 2 years he's been here with us. And, you know, Coach said it at the beginning of the year. You know, he said, this kid's going to win a duel for us. You know, and he did that a couple of months ago. You know, he did it again tonight. And he's only going to continue to improve.
Who's this?
Tanner Davis.
Oh, yeah. What's the update on the Illinois guy?
We don't have an update, unfortunately. You know, we're still waiting on paperwork.
What the heck is to their advantage to do that? I don't get it. Other than maybe they're mad, but it's like, get over it.
That's about it.
Wow. And what about the guy from Fruita? Is he going to redshirt?
Seeley?
Yeah, does he have too
Oh,
many
yeah, he's
matches to
redshirt.
redshirt? But he's a redshirt.
Well, I mean, he's at Noon's weight class, you know.
So definitely a redshirt on him.
He's redshirting, 100%.
Okay.